Hi there, my name is Kelly Smith. I'm in Sparks, Nevada. And I wanted to make a quick little video here today because somebody brought up a question on Facebook on their Deep Doctrine group. And I thought maybe I better say something. The only way to explain this really is through video, and you'll see why in just a minute. We talk about a lot of things. Our mind gets twisted up a lot of different things, in a lot of different ways. And we kind of wonder what's right and what's wrong, and how things can possibly be this way. How could God could do this? How could He, how these things work, and how come they don't work? And it's a lot of confusion, right? It can be. And like I said, I responded to somebody who'd asked for some help with a question he had, and he couldn't make, hide no hair of it and what was going on, and it was twisting up his mind. And so I said, I had a similar experience on my mission, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you have had similar things too. This one is a very interesting experience. Now, I'm just doing this quickly. I'm not preparing a lot for this. There's no script here. I just had to put my hat on. My hair is all messed up because I've been working all day or traveling all day, and so I just wanted to say something. I don't want to take a whole lot of time because I don't have a lot of time. But what I'm about to share with you is something that had a powerful experience for me, powerful impression on me. Now, it's very different. Please don't ridicule this. Please don't denigrate it. Please don't dismiss it. It's my experience, right? It's something that happened to me. It's very personal to me, very sacred to me. And so I'm hoping that you won't take this the wrong way or misuse this the wrong way, because it is an unusual experience. I'm not saying it's outlandish like some other people have had, but it is a little different. My patriarchal blessing says that I will learn things in my mission that will keep me on the straight and narrow path, something along those lines. And I believe that this is one of those experiences. Now, I had it in my mind, something I'd been on my mission about, maybe 6-8 months, something like that. And I had this thought come into my mind. And I couldn't justify how God, his foreknowledge, and yet our free agency, something like that along those lines. I mean, you've had your own confusion before, and I don't remember exactly what it was. I've kind of put it out of my mind, but it was something about God's foreknowledge and his interactions with our life, and I just couldn't make it work. And it really got my mind twisted up like this. It was just going all over the place, 100 miles an hour. I couldn't figure out what in the world how does this work? How does God work? How does this, the whole plan of salvation, everything was in question here regarding this question I had. And I felt the Spirit leave over time because it went on for a couple months. My relationship with my companion was strained. Our teaching was not very good. Our tracting, all those kind of things we did in the mission, everything was affected by this thought that just overtook my mind. And I couldn't let it go. And I've come to realize there's some other things I do in life that I'm the same way. I just can't let it go. I got to get it solved. I got to fix it. Whatever has to happen, I want to get it done. So this had gone on for, I'm going to say, 4 months. I don't know exactly. And it really was affecting everything that we were doing. One day we were tracting. I was in Olympia, Washington, Tumwater, Washington. We knocked on this door, and this lady said, "Oh, I've been waiting for you." And we go, yes, a golden contact. We're ready. She goes, no. You can't, not today. Come back tomorrow. We looked at each other and, okay, we'll come back tomorrow. What time? We set a time. We went back the next day. So we went in the house. She readily let us in, walked us in the door, sat us down. We pulled out our little flip charts at the time, the rainbow lesson, the flip chart. And so we started teaching, and she goes, no. I have to tell you a story. We looked at each other like, what is going on? And she said this story. She said, years ago, my mother and I were traveling from Washington to Oregon, across the bottom of Idaho, and we're heading to Wyoming. We were in Idaho. It was about 2:30 in the morning. I was driving. and I fell asleep. I crashed the van, and both me and my mother died. At this point, my companion and I looked at each other like, well, what's going on here? And she said, I was visited by Jesus. He took me by the hand and said, there's been a mistake. Your mother is going to come with me, but your mission is not yet over, and you're going to have to go back and finish some things I want you to do. And the next thing I know, I'm using her words. The next thing I know, I'm on the ground outside the van, next to my mom, who was dead. My companion and I were looking at it like, what in the world? Or he was looking at me that way, because she stopped then and she said, do you know why Jesus wanted me to tell you that story? And I looked at her and I said, yes, but I can't explain it. You see, what happened as soon as she said those words, that Jesus said the words, there's been a mistake, all of this confusion in my mind washed right out of my body. Everything just gone. I was clear. I was crystal clear for the first time in months and months. I still don't know the answer. To this day, I don't know the answer. But it doesn't bother me. And I have used that many times. I've recognized that. Now I recognize anything. That has been a marvelous gift for me. I'm telling you, it washed right out of me. And we never did get to go any further. We never did teach her anymore. We never got to baptize her or anything. But that story, like I said, is a little unusual, has had a profound impact on my life ever since. You see, I learned a couple of things here. One is that God was very aware of me, which I'd already known, but is very aware of the confusion in my mind. He knew that. And when there's confusion like that, the Spirit can't get in. I'm telling you, when your mind is twisted up like this, you're just not listening to the Spirit. Number two, I found that over the years, we're going to come up with all kinds of questions. There's things people ask us, things that people throw at us all the time that we don't know the answers to. And there is no answer to yet. And so we just have to take it on faith. The other thing, third, is I can smell an argument, a deception coming a mile away. I'm telling you, I've been bombarded. I got a Twitter account with a lot of people on it. It's a church account. And I have been bombarded with every single anti-ex-gay, everything Mormon there was. And it's been crazy. I've tried to answer their questions, but nothing phases me. I mean, you hear these terrible things like, that's really awful. But it doesn't bother me. It just washes right off of me. And so some people really get mad at me because they want to know this answer. Answer my question. You answer my question. I think, I'm sorry. I don't know the answer to the question. We just have to take it on faith. And they hate that answer. But I'm here to tell you, we don't know everything. God has not revealed everything. He will. There will come a time, especially I'm looking forward to that when the sealed portion of the translated plates, the sealed portion of the plates get translated and everything is revealed from the very beginning of the earth, its design, creation, everything, its baptism, its life, its death, its resurrection, all of that, and everybody on it, and all the secret acts of men, and all the things that have happened throughout history is perfectly revealed, not through some biased news media, but through the actual eyes of God. And everything, all the questions we have, science and religion and politics and everything, good and evil, it's all going to be answered. Our goal here is just to wait. And sometimes we just can't, we're just not going to know. And so I've used that many, many times, that story. I've recalled that story. I remember that story when somebody comes at me and attacks the church or attacks something and just like, I don't know. And I know there's a lot of scholars that don't like that thing because they want you to give an answer, and there's some validity to that. You want to know the answers. I've studied it my whole life, and I tried my best to know all the answers, but we don't know all the answers. We're not ever known. And that's partially why God has really emphasized we stick with the basics: faith, repentance, baptism, gift of the Holy Ghost. preach nothing but those things to the nations, to the world. When we stick with those things, we don't get in trouble. And I see a lot of these people on these forums, deep doctrine stuff, man alive, they're so off base on some wild tangent that they're trying to get all of us to come with them. That's something they've discovered, and they want us to follow them. And that's the problem. People who do follow them fall astray. We've had some horrible examples outside the church or part of the church, whatever, and especially very recent years. I'm not going to mention their names. You've heard them. But people go off on these wild tangents. Don't do it. Just stick with the basics. Learn what you can. Learn the mysteries, sure, fine. Just don't put too much effort into them. Yeah, I know we're supposed to learn the mysteries. I understand that. I'm not saying we're not supposed to do that. But there's a point there. There's something, I just have seen too many people. I've got very close family and stuff that have gone astray because of, wild doctrine they've heard, and they just couldn't make it work, and they let it get in their minds. And there's another thing. Some of them told me, they've actually told me. So I went to the temple. I prayed to God, and He didn't answer me. He didn't tell me. That's not how it works. You understand? You know this answer, right? When we're praying, we need to pray in faith, waiting for Him. Faith is one of the most powerful things we can possibly develop in this life. That's why even to the very end, our faith is tested. Even under the persecution we're going to receive under the Antichrist and all that stuff, our faith is going to be tested and improved and increased. Faith is one of the most important things we can develop throughout all eternity. We need that faith. And when we go and make a demand of God that He didn't answer my question. Yeah, He did answer it. He said no, or you're just going to have to wait. And we can't do that. It becomes a pride thing. And as soon as that happens, we're on the wrong side already. Okay? We're just going to have to wait. So I like the old story. I think it was President Kimball's wife. Just put it on a shelf, let it sit. Eventually we'll find the answer. Now it's been 40 plus years since my mission. I still don't know the answer about my foreknowledge to God question because I haven't even thought about it in a long time. I don't even remember what it was, but I don't know the answer. I don't care. Someday I will know the answer because God will reveal it. Okay? So don't worry about that stuff. That's my message today. Apologize for the somewhat shaky and unprepared or unrehearsed video here, but I wanted to get the message out without spending too much time on it. You see, like this guy on the tightrope here, things are crystal clear. We just have to stay in balance. If we get out of balance with one doctrine or another, or one mystery or one whatever, that's when we get in trouble. There's a lot of people in trouble right now. And I try to bring some of these people down, back to earth on these forums because, they get really strange ideas. And like they condemn the Jews for seeking that which is beyond the mark. Okay? So be careful with that stuff. All right? Okay, and that's my message today. All right, thanks very much. Have a great day. Bye.